Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Okay. All right, we're live. All right, it's the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm Marcus Benjamin. He's Wesley Pierre. We give you that real sports talk from South Florida, Dade County, Broward County, Kings County.com. So what's good, Wes? What's on your mind this week with Miami sports?
Man, you already know what's on my mind. You're gonna ask me that trick question, man. What's on my mind is what exactly. You got to jump off of Tua, man. You feel me? Like the almighty Tua then got injured. You feel what I'm saying? And I know you feel me. Yeah. Same like last podcast when you don't gave the business saying Wes, you was right, this, that, and the other. Now I gotta go ahead and bless you with the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And told me, man, availability is the best ability.
It's the best ability.
Driving it down my throat every time. But I feel you. I'm just like, damn, I'm mad that it had to happen the way it did happen. You know what I'm saying? Because but it's fortunate that it's just a head injury, and I know people gonna be like, damn, but you know what players say, as long as it's not my knees, as long as it's not, a certain part of the body where they won't be able to play football again. Of course, from a concussion, you can probably come back from that. Hopefully he don't have to have a concussion sooner than later. Most likely playing on football, you're probably going to have another concussion. That's just the way football is. But for me, I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, he shouldn't have played that game. He shouldn't have played that game. You knew it.
Wait. So let me ask you, bro. So you think the injuries were related?
I think it was. First quarter.
You weren't saying that last week. I just want to point that out.
I know I wasn't saying it last week because at the end of the day, that's what the Dolphins said. They said it was a lower back injury and an ankle injury, and we both kind of was laughing it off. It was like, we said it was a back and an ankle injury, and we believe in the coaching staff of the Miami Dolphins. But at the end of the day, both of us was kind of hinting that it probably was a concussion. But, due to the plain fact that we're fans, we just like, it's the injury that they say it was, even though we know what it was. But for me, it's just unfortunate because he always find himself in those predicaments. You feel me? And you always be telling me like, damn, why your ass hold on the ball so long? I mean, in that particular play, like you don't ran out the pocket. You have plenty of time. If ain't nobody open, then why you don't just throw it away? Just throw it away. Live to fight another day. I mean, that's what Pop say. You win some, you lose some, but you win to fight. You live to fight another day.
This is what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
And he was trying to go ahead and handle that all in one play. And I'm like, come on, man, it's not that serious. It's the beginning of the game. It seemed like we have some type of rapport with the wide receivers and the offense this first half you playing. And I'm like, what's good? But for him to get body slammed the way he got body slammed, people going to say it's a dirty play. That's just football for me.
That wasn't a dirty play. It was just football, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But again, I don't find these quarterbacks like Tom Brady's, Aaron Rodgers, and I ain't comparing him to those people, but even like people like Teddy Bridgewater, they're gonna throw the ball away. The only person the only person that's probably gonna take them hits is probably Tua, somebody that's pressing, somebody that's like, damn, I know everybody's talking about availability is the best ability. Will Tua play all 17 games of the year? And here I go. I'm injured, and all the critics are right again. And, it's something else to just throw on this little grave that everybody's digging for me right now, because it's kind of like you're almost dead. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, we got Teddy Bridgewater as a backup quarterback. We got Skylar Thompson, somebody that everybody was raving in the preseason, and then you go ahead and have that individual on the team, and nobody really keep three quarterbacks on the team. So even though everybody bigging you up and supporting you. I like that about this new coaching staff. Again, you got to be on the field. And if you ain't on the field, no matter how much me, your biggest fan, Western Damas, want to go ahead and say, keep you as a quarterback. But if you can't stay healthy, how I'm going to keep you? I'll keep you as a backup, man. I'll keep you as a backup, and I'll probably get rid of Teddy Bridgewater, but I'll move on to Skylar Thompson if that's the case. Hopefully it's not the case, to be honest with you. But if that is the case and you're somebody that I can't rely on to finish off, start and finish the season without getting injured, you feel me? I'm probably going to go ahead and go with Skylar Thompson. And from what I understand, Skylar Thompson is older than Tua. He got a bigger arm than Tua. He may not be as accurate than Tua, but, maturity, you feel me? Sometimes is the better thing, because I'm like, man, if you was mature Tua, you would have threw that ball away. You would have been playing, man. Yeah. This would be a story right now.
Yeah, but it is a story, man, and it's one of the biggest stories of the week by far, because everybody seen the ugly scene that Tua was with his hands just stuck together. It was just scary to kind of watch, but at the same time, man, I know people are gonna be like, oh, what you mean when I say this, but who's to say that these two injuries were related? You can't really prove that they were. Because one, based on what the doctor said, it was a back in an ankle injury. But what kind of throws that argument out is the fact that one of the doctors got fired. You know what I'm saying? And we're asking, okay, so why did he get fired? It seems pretty obvious to the naked eye. And now this is going to kind of change the whole perspective on this whole concussion thing, where if somebody is stumbling at any point of the game or gets knocked out or has a concussion, they are not going to be coming back in this game. I think this is going to be one of those revolutionary moments with the NFL, where any type of situation where you see a quarterback or any player stumbling to get back to his feet, he's going to be out for the game and probably out for the next game as well. Now, based on the situation, though, looking back at it in hindsight, they shouldn't have played him on a short week. You know what I'm saying? It's literally 3 days later, you put Tua back on the field. And to come back for a Thursday night game is tough for any NFL football player, because from what I heard from NFL players, their bodies don't really heal until Thursday or Friday, after a Sunday game. So Tua not being on the field is something that the Dolphins should have done in hindsight. But at the same time, you can't bash our guy McDaniels. You can't bash basically the Dolphins organization. They did what they were supposed to do. There's a concussion protocol in place that they followed, but it seems like either the doctors didn't follow it or something happened. Something was missing in this whole process. And
the doctor that got fired, you feel me, was the independent doctor that you were talking about. It was the doctor that the NFL hired. It was not the doctor that was on the Dolphins coaching staff. So yeah.
So that's even more props to the Dolphins organization for doing their due diligence with this process. But this is a never-ending kind of thing that has been going on with concussions. I mean, there was a movie made out of it, and they continue to kind of evolve about what they need to do with players getting concussions. I heard this guy, who is a guy that I know, Twan Russell, played for the Hurricanes and Dolphins, and I heard him on the radio this week.
Me too.
And he said, you heard this?
Yeah.
He said that he had 24 concussions in his career. 24 concussions in his career. And this is a guy I see on kind of pretty often, because he's the athletic director for St. Thomas Aquinas. So he's the guy that has to kind of clear media for them to cover the game. So I talk to him all the time. He doesn't look like a guy who has 24 concussions, and he is just a regular football player who played in the 90s and the early 2000s. So players have been playing with concussions for years now. It's just now the NFL is starting to realize that there are repercussions to these concussions. And yeah, I mean that's all I want to say as far as the whole injury, the situation with the NFL, the nation is talking about. I mean, for people to say, oh, they shouldn't even talk about the Patriots anymore. They should just talk about the Dolphins because they corrupt. Yeah, I heard
You see the
yeah,
book.
the dude from Last Chance U. I don't know if you ever seen that show. It's a good show. But one of the coaches from Last Chance U came out on Twitter and said all of that, and I thought it was ridiculous. They wanted McDaniel fired. I thought that was ridiculous. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do, but at the same time, you right. He needs to be like a Tom Brady, or let's do a fair comparison. A Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. Now let's just be honest. Kyler Murray is more athletic than Tua. He's more of an athletic player, but still he's small or maybe even smaller than Tua, and he always finds and he runs around more than Tua. So, but somehow he finds a way to get down. He finds a way to not be injured in this type of manner. Sometimes he might have maybe an ankle or something like that type of injury or some injury of that nature. I think he had one of those in his past, but like, come on, like these type of injuries where you get and just you know hurt really bad by these 300 plus pound guys is something that I don't understand why he can't learn how to do that. Now, I hope he can come back and play well. But if he has another scare like this, Wes, I think we have to say, good night to this whole Tua story. I mean, as great as he played this season, as great as a quarterback as he is, mentally he's there. Mentally, he's there in a system that works for him with Mike McDaniels. I mean, the season I don't think is lost yet. We'll see how Teddy plays in these next couple of games. I thought he played pretty decent until that one interception, and it looks like the player ran the wrong route or he threw the ball in the wrong spot. But that's going to happen with a backup quarterback that's not really used to the receivers he's throwing to. But I think for the most part he played decent, and if it wasn't for that interception, we probably win that game. So we'll see what happens, but damn, Tua, man, you just got to find a way to protect yourself. Protect the bag. You are the bag. Protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times. What do they say in boxing, bro? Protect yourself at all times,
Yep.
because it's a scary world out there, especially for a quarterback who's undersized like Tua is.
Yeah, and my whole thing is, I'm like, look, Tua, like sometimes you should run and slide. Some plays, that's what you should do. I mean, if he had so much time, he could have ran and got like 5 yards and still slid and been good. It's just like I said, he's so focused on everybody and all the chatter. Everybody's talking trash about him. He's trying to look great every game. And that's not football. You feel me? Some days you're gonna have your bad games. I mean, you've seen X-Man. I mean, he's looking crazy. You feel me? Recently, but he eventually he has some big plays. That save us the game. But damn, dog, I just feel some type of way that my dog injured. I'm just like, damn. But again, it's not a hip injury. It's not an ACL, Achilles. It's not one of these.
He's gonna be back.
Injuries.
He's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's not gonna come this week. I hear that McDaniel said that he's not coming this week. And I think that's the best decision that you can actually do. Especially when we playing the Jets. You feel me? I know the Jets just won against Pittsburgh, but they're the Jets. You know what I'm saying? They're like the Knicks. They're the Knicks of the NFL. So throw in Teddy Bridgewater in there, let him get his feet wet again. Know some more of the playbook, and play the playbook, because sometimes people be thinking like, I don't need to play, so I don't need to worry about knowing like 100% of the playbook. Maybe I can know like 40% right now. I ain't really on it. I ain't saying that's what he's on, because we do know he's from Dade County. We do know that he's a leader. He wouldn't be on the Dolphins if he was one of those individuals. But, you know, it is hard when you have a quarterback, like you said, that just step in, not being part of the ones in the offense before the actual games. But, hey, Teddy, whoop to the Jets, you know, show everybody what we can actually do. You feel me? You did it everywhere else. You did it with New Orleans when Drew Brees went out. Why you can't do it down here? They compared to the Drew Brees with the noodle arm anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's try to keep it positive here on the MarcWes Sports Podcast, man. What I like from Teddy is that the fact that he found the boy Tyreek a lot.
Yes.
You know, Tyreek is on my fantasy team, and I freaking dominated with Tyreek, man, because he just kept finding him. Like, he would be scrambling around, nobody, but Tyreek is there. Let me just dump it off to Tyreek, see what he do. So, and then Tyreek comes out on the press conference saying, "Oh, he's got like a rapport with him. He's a veteran quarterback. He understands, you know, where I need to be on the field, whatnot."
What has your relationship been with Teddy?
I mean, if you go back and watch the clips, man, me and Teddy got some little highlights in there, you know what I'm saying, on Dolphins Twitter. You know, but, man, I feel like, you know, just a veteran guy, you know, just having that connection and just being able to have, like, you know, some conversations about, you know, just ball, man. You know, like, Teddy understands, like, my play style, and I understand, you know, where he wants me to be at on the field. And that's how we connected deep down the field, you know, against the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Just me and him on the same page, him just telling me, "Hey, Reek, if we get a certain coverage, I want you here on like, I need you on this side of the hash. I need you here, on here and here," and stuff like that. So just us being able to, like, recognize, you know, things together, like being on the same page.
So I don't think obviously Teddy Bridgewater is not like Tua. Tua is definitely a better quarterback overall, and you know, he's a franchise quarterback. But Teddy is a formidable backup quarterback that can step in and just win a couple of games for you. Hopefully, he only has to start this one game against the Jets, and then maybe Tua will be back for the Steelers game. I think it's the Steelers or it's the Vikings. I think the Vikings is after that. So we'll see. But I think Teddy can ride the ship, you know. And I think that Dolphins defense, I like the way this Dolphins defense is playing. They playing good enough to win games, you know. They come with that pressure. They kind of disguise you. They look like the old Patriots, to be honest. Just the way they just kind of confuse you know, offenses like that, and that they're just good enough to, you know, to win games here. But of course, you know, based on the women, the weather, and the
beaches, the women,
the beaches. I forgot what the other thing was. The beaches. You know? The national media is still hating on the Dolphins, man. They straight up hating on the Dolphins for real. I mean, I saw a top 10 today that had Dolphins ranked 8th or 7th or something like that. And I understand, hey, you don't have Tua in the game or whatnot, but this is still a team that beat the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Like the Buffalo, it's like they are dismissing that Buffalo Bills win that the Dolphins had over them, because most people are still saying that the Buffalo Bills making it to the Super Bowl. Most people still saying that they win in the division or whatnot, and it has to be some kind of bias for the Miami Dolphins. Now, I understand people ain't seen the Dolphins really consistently winning for a long time. People kind of put us in this category with the Cleveland Browns or whatnot, as these, you know, mediocre type of franchises. But I think with this coach, it's different. And the other thing I want to say too, man, is that watching that Cincinnati game, you saw so much creativity in that play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was seeing these play calls, I was like, wow, that's creative. Wow, that's like, it's not vanilla at all from another Miami football team that we're seeing. We're not seeing this type of creativity. So I think the franchise is in good hands with this head coach. Just hopefully we get Tua back so we can make a Super Bowl run, baby.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Like you said, every time we used to watch the Dolphins, or me at least, I see all these teams again. I'm gonna use New Orleans, with Sean Payton. I mean, it'll be people wide open when he was coaching, with Drew Brees. And then every time I see the Dolphins, it's just like our playbook just looks like we're playing college or even just high school on football. It's so bland. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a fried chicken with no salt, no nothing on it, no even no hot sauce to, help you out with the flavor. But still, regardless of the fact, I truly feel like we're definitely in the right direction with McDaniels. Of course, Tua, I've been said that he's a franchise quarterback, that he's my quarterback. He's someone that's accurate as hell. And when you have someone that's accurate like that, that's what you want. I mean, look, they opened up the playbook a little bit and Tua's not even there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know there are some plays that Bridgewater, that he lined up for Tua that Bridgewater can't do because he's not as accurate as Tua. So Tua bounced back. Teddy hold down the fort, and on to the next one. And like I said, it makes it even better when we're doing this against the Jets, because the Jets are the Jets.